What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Antoine. Thank you guys again for joining me for another episode of What's in Your Studio. So we're going to be looking at again how to use continuous lighting to best serve you and also to your client. One of the things that I have looked at throughout my entire journey here in photography is how can I have consistency. And if you want to know more about that, stay tuned. We're going to look at a lighting scenario that could work for you. Now, you may like a certain style of lighting, strobes versus continuous lighting. But we're going to be looking at mostly just continuous lighting so you can have the look-see. And we're going to concentrate on headshots because this is a good volume work that you can do for yourself to build up clients and build up reputation because you have consistency in your look and your shots because you know how to work these items. We're also too going to be looking at a few things that normally people don't talk about and they need to talk about more is guess what? We need to learn how to do white balance and using a white balance card and also too using a meter. So we're going to be talking about those things here. But before we do, you know what I do? Let's get into it. All right, so we're right here. We're going to be looking at the pictures coming out. What I'm going to do for you guys, just going to go over here and take a look. See, well, actually, let me go ahead and give you guys another look of the actual studio setup before we look at this one here. It'll just be a few seconds as soon as I get my the right camera. Oh my gosh, I got so many cameras in here. All right, so we're gonna look at over here first, and then we're gonna come back, and then I'll get you guys on the shot. So let's get this thing in focus. All right, in focus. Yeah, oh, in the backfield. We need to focus in the back because I don't need to focus on me anymore. All right. No, 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 don't turn on apertures. Look at that guy. Look at this guy. All right, so that's good. Let's go to the back. Take it in slow motion. Uh, this setup is a similar setup to what Peter Hurley talks about. You can find your own kind of feeling to the lighting scenario and how it works. I'm using the 50 prime lens, and this is my Canon R5 II. Again, this is continuous lighting, no flash. I'm also too using a seamless backdrop, and it's a gray backdrop. It's a little bit darker than a 50/50 gray, but it's pretty amazing. So I really like it, and it's a detractable, so it goes all the way down into a carrying case that I can take this anywhere, and I have this amazing, beautiful backdrop. This is on a one stanchion. If you guys want to know how I did my stanchion making of the stanchion, please do go check out that video. But this is something that I truly this was like the best investment of time, energy, and effort to make my lighting scenario the way I want to. I can set it and forget it, and I can keep on just moving and grooving on this. The lights that I've chosen to use, these are smart panel lights, of course, Mattel. I could use these, of course, with my phone if I wanted to Bluetooth them in. I can just use all the controls that I want. But in general, I set it and forget it. These also two are color panels too, so they go into all the blues and pinks and greens if I wanted to. But I use it primarily for headshots, and it's really amazing. You guys will see some shots here soon. This is again, this is I made this is a Frankenstein contraption that I made, so please go check out that video about that as well. And I truly, what you can definitely tell it's a one stanchion scenario. It is safe, it is sound. I wouldn't use anything that's not safe and sound because the style of lights I've chosen because they're lightweight. I don't have to worry about something just going to fall onto my subject, or if they trip on it, it's not going to fall down to to this drastic outcome. I do put a weight bag on it because that's what you're supposed to do. And you're trying to minimize trip hazards around you. So when the clients come in, there's no extra stanchions. They can come back here and they can be ready to go. And that's what I truly love. So for one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to always look at getting a shot on with the balance card, and I want the kind of the focal point to be on the card itself. So we'll get that one taken care of. Now, for me, in itself, I want to grade where my lighting is at. So I'm going to look at metering where my camera's setting at, and then I'm going to look at metering here real quick. And since I'm shooting, we're going to go ahead and transfer over to this camera here, and you guys can still see me, but you see the shots coming up as well. I'm using this iconic L3086SU S-U. I'm going to put. I don't really have to flash. I can put the light up. Uh, and ISO is at 100, 160, and I just want to know where the light's at. So I'm gonna step off to this side, and I'm just gonna watch it and see where the light's at, and kind of like where my focal point should be at as well. Um, it stayed in 7.1 here. I'm just gonna move it back and forth, and I can see where my hand's not in the way. 7.1, 7.1 through the lens, 7.1 all the way back, 6.3. 5, 6, 4, 5. Okay, it's right there, about 4, 5 right there. Okay, so I know where I need to stand because I just metered, and I will take a shot so you guys can see. If I'm standing this close to the lights, my settings, their reading is my f-stop should be at 6.1. I'm gonna try to see if I can get a shot of that. Okay, I don't know if it showed up. Hopefully it did, but if it didn't, I'll stand in so you guys can see it. I'll put it right there so I can focus on it. Come on. There you go. So you guys can see that 7.1. And if I come back out here, back here, oops, get back. Where I'm standing at, come on. This is my trigger is giving me some issues. Come on, girl. Tap, tap, tap. So focus. There we go. Now it wants to do some stuff. All right. There we go. I locked it, my phone. So I'm back here, and I'm looking at it at 5.6. And that should be right around the 5.64, where it says 4.50 and beyond. So it'll keep going, keep going, keep going, right? So it'll let you know exactly where you want to be at inside of your camera, where your camera settings at, so you're not too close to the light, to the settings that you have, and you can find that happy medium for me. And right about here, as you guys can look at the cameras, I'm talking, is pretty much my happy medium spot for this shot. It gives me the great separation behind me that I like. I have movement, I have posture. I'm in the frame. It looks good. So if I want to come closer, it could be a little bit brighter. I can just ease myself up closer so I can be a little bit brighter, and I can just fine tune where I want the light to kind of filter onto me. And that's what I love about having continuous lighting and being able to use that for the purposes of headshots, because you can build out some beautiful lighting and you don't have to change your camera settings. All it is you're just moving your subject a little bit further back or a little further forward, and you'll find that happy spot for them for their complexion and alike. So let's look at this grouping of images real quick. Let me get back in focus. Get back in focus. So I ain't no cameraman. I gotta do this all myself. All right, so let's look at this here real quick. That's not bad. I mean, to tell the truth, it really isn't. It's something that I know for me, what I would do, just in postures and where I need to be, just cleaning myself up as a person that's looking at the images on the side. You can tell I'm too far back from here, and I'm still a little bit too far back. That's why I was watching myself as I was taking the shots. I was a little bit too far back. Like my chest is where it's supposed to be, but my head wasn't. So I had to kind of start changing that and just moving forward where you saw the end result. And that's what you'll see as you're going through in and out of the camera. This is just a quick way for you to kind of, guardrail yourself towards looking at these images. Now, I'm a little bit cool on this image here. So one of the things you can do for white balance, you would go come over here, hit the white balance card on there, and it will basically just help gain access to that information. That way you can take that, you can copy, then you can select all your images and go ahead and make sure that they are you can apply it to it. So that way your skin tones and all that good stuff is good to go with that. The cleanup work and all that good jazz, that's up to you how you want to work that into your shots. But this is a great, beautiful, excuse me, a great, beautiful shot, headshot scenario that you can work yourself through, and get your subjects over and into. And that's, like I said, this is something we're talking about, the lighting, not the pose that I was doing because I was talking at the same time. But you want to make sure you find that fine line and where the light's hitting, especially for me with someone with darker skin as well. You want those illuminating factors that's there on the cheeks, on the top of the forehead, on the lips as well, and I put them around the chin. I kind of like how the camera is looking right now, the lights, because I have both my lights that's right here. It's giving me a nice little glow and give me a nice little glow, and you see that how this side of my cheekbones is beveled down a little bit on that, and that's what you're finding in these shots as you move if your clients coming in and out inside the camera. Then you're too far back, and see here is one just a little bit too far back. It's away from the counter. So we talked about that. This is 5-0. Like again, this is where my body is at, but my head needed to fall a little bit forward of where that was, and that's where you saw pretty much that's the shot that was right after that when I saw where the lighting's supposed to be. That's where you saw the illumination was changing on myself. And I really do think that having something as abled as this for yourself, when you're looking at lighting, when you're looking at the structure of lighting on yourself, on your clients as well, this is something easy that you can come back and repeat over and over and over again. Now, if I want to turn up the lights, the illumination of the lights a little bit more to meet some other requirements, then you can. These are very low settings of these lights. I didn't want anything that's too bright on the subjects, because I can easily do some settings and have my settings ready to go on illumination and save them for every type of shot. And that's just me. Let's just say I wanted a little bit of S curves inside my shots already, and I can always build these in. I hit apply there, and let's go to this one, and I can apply those curves right on there. I can set this as a setting to where before I even start my shoots, I have this set, and I know my curves, my S curves, how I want that to look, and I can have it ready to go too. So there are so many different ways that you can explore options for yourself to gain access to some amazing you know renditions of the work that you're trying to do. Now, again, having your subjects in front of you, you want to build out consistency, and you can use something like that backdrop, that gray backdrop is really amazing in itself. So other than that, I don't have anything else. If you guys have any questions, please do feel free to reach out to me. Up until then, keep shining and grinding. I'm your boy Antwyone. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me again for another episode of What's in Your Studio, and this is a wrap. That's all I gotta say, man. I'm out.